Hi friends, welcome back to Python Programming with Akash. Today we will learn how to write a program to check if a string is a palindrome or not. But first, let's see what is a palindrome. A palindrome is a string that reads the same starting from the front or the back. For example, if we consider a string ABCBA, this will read the same when read from the back too. So, this is a palindrome. To implement this as a program, we will have to check the elements of the string individually from the front and the back for equality. And if this remains true until the complete length of the string, then our string will be a palindrome. That is, we will have to check if the first element is equal to the last element. Then, if the second element is equal to the second last element. Then, if the third element is equal to the third last element. So on and so forth until the length of the string. To access elements individually, we will have to use indexes. Let's look at the program now. Initially, we will ask the user to enter a string that he wants to check for a palindrome, and we will store it in a variable str, and hence the statement str is equal to input, enter the string. Secondly, we will have to use indexes to access elements of the string. For that, we will need the length of the string, which we will find using the len function, and we will store it in a variable L in our case, and thus the statement L equal to len str. We already know that the elements are indexed from front as well as back. We will use variable I for the indexes from the front and j for the indexes from the back. The indexes are from 0 to length minus 1 starting from the front, and they are minus 1 to minus length from the back. To have a detailed explanation of the indexing of strings, watch my video whose link will be provided in the description box of this video. To move from rear, we will provide arguments minus 1, minus L plus 1, minus 1 to the range function, which will be taken up by the for loop variable here j in our program, and thus the statement for j in range minus 1, minus L plus 1, minus 1. Now to move from front, we will have to use the indexes 0 to L minus 1, for which the first thing that pops in our mind is to supply the range function with arguments 1 and L, but there is a catch here. One range function can generate only one list of values, and these values in our case we are using for indexing from the back in one loop variable already, j here in our case. If we try to utilize the same values to generate front indexes also, then it becomes a bit complex, and we will see that in another video. Instead, to take a simpler approach for front indexing, we will use another variable I, but it cannot be provided the index values from the same range function as j, because front index value is different from the rear index value. Therefore, we will have to assign the starting index value to I outside the for loop and then increment it inside the loop. Thus the command I equal to 0 before the for loop. Now the forward index will be I and backward index will be j. So inside the loop we want to check if the values at these indexes are equal or not. If these are not equal, then we know that the string is not a palindrome. Therefore, we would want to print the string is not a palindrome, and thus the statements if stri not equal to strj and print the string is not a palindrome. Now that we know that our string is not a palindrome, there is no point in checking for values residing at other indexes. Therefore, we would want to exit the loop, for which we will use the break statement inside this if. And this justifies our placement of the break statement, as you can see. For a detailed video on break statement, follow the link given in the description box. Now, what if the values at the indexes are equal? This means that our string could be a palindrome and we want to continue checking the values at other indexes. For this, we want the loop to continue. The next value for j will come from the range function, but we have to increment the value of I manually, and therefore the statement I equal to I plus 1 outside the if. Now, if the loop completes all its iterations successfully, that is, the break statement never gets executed, then we know that all the terms taken from the front are equal to all the terms taken from the back. So, the string is a palindrome and we would want to print the same. But how to check if the break statement did not execute and the loop completed successfully? To do this, we will use the loop else statement. So, we will print the string is a palindrome inside the loop else statement. If you don't know how the loop else statement works, I will be putting a link of the relevant video in the description box. This is how the program goes. Let's run this in Python ideally and check. Str equal to input, enter the string, L equal to len, str I equal to 0, for j in range -1 minus L plus 1 minus 1 if str I not equal to strj, print the string is not a palindrome, break I equal to I plus 1, else print the string is a palindrome. Saving and running now. I will enter the string as NITIN and it should come out as a palindrome. So the output is coming as expected. Let me try another one. ABCCBA. This also should come as a palindrome. We are getting the desired output. This should not come as a palindrome. Output is coming correctly. This is how we implemented a program where we need to check if a string entered by the user is a palindrome or not. I hope that you are able to understand the program completely. I would like you to give a like to this video and subscribe to my channel. I will be back with more videos and more learning. Until then, see you next time.